We'd like to welcome Mr. Gerald Spain into the job this morning. Gerald, we've been working away through it for us for the last couple of days. He's been doing a little bit of stuff up in the internet room.
Cooper's Magnum, New Zealand Young Farmers, Blue Ribbon Final. Sheep kindly supplied by Gatahuna Station. Gatahuna Station are the suppliers of sheep for this event.
Now, we're just a reminder to all shearers, this will be an instant prize giving. We have 2 heats, so that means the first heat will just have to hang fire around the camp here without disappearing, so we can have an instant prize giving. So you 6 shearers up there at the moment, just be wary of that.
Good to see one of our co-commentators up there in stand number 2, Morgan Lissington.
Right, okay, we've got a green light, have we? Let's set it to rumble. Just watch your singlets, don't get tucked up in the feet. Young fella on 2. That's the story. Here we go. Everybody's happy. Timekeepers right. Judges. Competitors, go. As we step into the pen there, the shearing world is alive again with another grand event. This is sponsored by Cooper's Magnum, and they've been associated here with the Golden Shears for a long time, Gerald. The Blue FC wide Blue Ribbon event, YFC Young Farmers, a long-time association, but also with the Golden Shears back in that 55 years ago when they all started getting together.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous... they're going to be sharing 6 of these babies. A tremendous part of farming is the Young Farmers Clubs. It's a great place to get together, to swap ideas and mix and mingle and teach them some leadership skills and all those sorts of things, because they do become the leaders in the community, where they have to learn to run meetings, and they have shearing competitions and wool handling competitions and you know, fencing and all these sorts of things. So these are all the people that have been involved in or still are involved in Young Farmers Clubs from Invercargill to the top of the North Island. So these are the ones that are a couple of shearers at the Blue Ribbon. A lot of very good names. If you have a look in the front of your book there, when you've come in, the big Golden Shears book for the year 2015, you'll see some very, very big names in there that have won this competition. So it's up for grabs here. It's sort of like 2 finals in 1 hit, 2 heats. We're going to have an instant prize giving, so we're going to take the top person will be the winner out of these 12 shearers. Right, who we got up there? We've got Linton Palmer from Southland. Okay, Linton Palmer, a really good open shearer from down there. Runs a little gang of 4 or 5, gets fed by the farmer. The farmer puts the sheep in and does all the penning up and pressing. They make a very clean job. He takes the top knot up. He'll be hungry for this. They've got to treat this like a final, ladies and gentlemen. Up the neck he goes and into the base of the ear and round that and round the head he goes. Morgan Lissington. Now Morgan, you probably see him shear. He's now into being a stock agent. Just down the road, he's basing himself just down the road at the moment at Carterton. He throws a leg over and locks it up. He's got his good luck charm on round the neck at the moment. Send me some good vibes there, Mr. Good Luck Charm. So yes, you'll hear him on the microphone. He's really going to make some commentary. He loves doing those speed cheers. So right at the moment, it is his time up on the board, shining under the spotlight. Come on, Morgan, I hear. Right out the toenails he goes. Mark Granger, one of these boys on this tidal wave of these guys in the open ranks. starting to apply a huge amount of pressure to these ones that have been holding those top spots in the open for a very long period of time. So Granger's got a big day ahead of him. He'll be totally focused. He would have been rocking and rolling and restless in bed last night thinking about today, John, I'd say. Thinking I'm got to get this right. This is a big day for me. That's halfway along the board. Who else have we got there?
Oh, we've got Cam Hicks from the Menawa too. They're the big fella. He's a multi-talented sports person that's been in the wool handling, been in the pressing, and he was just missed out in the top 30 last night, but he's a competitor that's going to hang around for a day or two. He's a likeable sort of a chap, and he's shearing on number 4. Ethan Pankhurst, the local hopeful from Masterton, working for the Tasman young farmers as he goes down the belly. A very accomplished young shearer. He'll be shearing up here in the senior semi-finals a little bit later on. And then, of course, Brent Langrel down the far end for Aorangi. He's got hair all over his head. It sort of reminds him of Alan McDonald. He used to whip his hair around and bamboozle the judges and trying to eliminate any of those mistakes that he was trying to hide under that big locks down there on the far end. But he's a bit of a colourful character, and he comes onto the last side now. Remember that they've got 6 of these woolies to shear. They're a testy type of sheep too from Ngātahuna, and they're going to make these shearers be real honest with themselves. They're going to have to shear every inch of them and hold them because they're pretty feisty.
Feisty they are, right. Let's get in amongst it now. Ethan Pankhurst lifts the leg up at number 4. On to 5 is Mark Granger. He's pulling out the front. Look at this man. He is hungry. I've had a sleepless night, all right, Gerald. I am pumped up. Nothing like a bit of restlessness, a bit of anxiety and panic, and you direct that energy in the right way and it will sort itself out. It means you're hungry for a win. Round the back of the ears he heads. Starts lining up that sheep. Mark Granger, look at that beautiful style. Crouched down there, keeping these sheep nice and tucked in. Bit of a knee, just a little bit of weight on the belly of that sheep to say, hey honey, I've got you well and truly covered here with my knees, elbows, toes, the whole shooting box. Onto the shoulder he goes. Let's hear some more noise for Morgan, one of our co-commentators, ladies and gentlemen, and he goes for number, what will that be? Number 5 on the board now. Come on, Morgan. Give her some stick, mate. How does it sound up there? Look, he's not even listening. He's got too much work in front of him. Into the hocks he goes, tidies it up, down towards the fertilizer works, and 2 big shots up the back. Down on stand number 5. Ethan Pankhurst. We're starting to crank it up. This is sort of a final, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan Pankhurst, he's got a busy day in front of him. He has had a super busy season, and so far so good. He's been in the top 1 or 2 of just about every show throughout New Zealand. But hey, you arrive here at the Golden Shears. He's going to be having a shear again later on in the senior, but it's a clean slate as it always is. So he needs to bring his A game again. Into the belly will he goes. Sheep 6, the last and final one. Gets the leg well and truly out of the way to open up that big hind leg there to make sure there's no wrinkles, and he puts 2 or 3 huge big shots. He is flowing absolutely beautifully. Up he goes onto the side of the face. Brett Langrel, how's he getting on? He's razzling, dazzling that hair, all right. Flicking the head here and there. Over the back he goes. He's been lots of tricksters, isn't there? Lots of different styles and things as far as that goes. Dave Jackson Jacko used to share them with a smoke in his mouth. Ricky Pivac with a sort of a big headband, sweatband. Granger's wrapped up. How'd I go there, Judge? How'd I get on? Linton Palmer still on 5. Hits the long blow. By jolly, the feisty sheep up here in the north. Restless. Oh, you think they'd be happy to get their clothes off, get their feathers off in all this consistent hot weather that you guys have up here. I've decided to be an absolutely brilliant place to retire. You can feel your bones thawing out. Pankhurst is wrapped up as well all the way. This local boy, oh, he's building a bit of colour. He's excited, ladies and gentlemen. I like to see that when you can see that glow in them when they know they've got a big day in front of them. But the panic and anxiety's not there. It's just the excitement is there. And
He's probably happy he's got a 2.2 up on the board. That's what he's happy about because, as you can see, we're withholding those outside points, Gerald, and that's because it's an instant prize giving at the end of the second heat. So these guys, if they can keep it right on the board, and hopefully down the back they've got it as well.
Yeah, very true. It's a great till that up there. During all the heats and finals and these situations, we just take one of the anomalies out of there. So it's we're not going to let everyone know. We want that surprise at the end when it comes to Kieran McNulty's instant prize giving in, and he'll present that soon enough. But in between times, we've still got two shearers at either end of the board, toiling away here, ladies and gentlemen, these young farmers. These are the ones that are and will be the leaders of the rural community. They are committed to it. That's why they attend these meetings. Here they are today in this shearing event. Just another part of being part of young farmers clubs all round New Zealand. Linton Palmer, he's come a long way, a big, strong, strapping lad. Out to the toenails he goes now. Langrel, how's he getting on with points up the top at a moment of 30. Onto the shoulder he goes. Finishing touches for Palmer. All the other shearers waiting in a mark of respect to say, we'll let you get it all tidied up. We don't want to go disturbing you. These sheep have got enough fire in them without us wandering around and carrying on. A bit of a jiggle there. It's a delicate little spot, and Langrel's got a huge big half to do there, John. He's taken the odd shortcut on that first half, but he's going to get there. There he goes. He's done it, ladies and gentlemen. Give them all a round of applause, please.
That was a big slabby sheep, and he took a little bit of hanging on to that last side for sure. Congratulations, Heat 1. Don't go far, guys. We need you to hang about. We're now coming up with the second heat of this final. Aaron Haynes on stand number 1, Jack Fagan on 2, Jimmy Samuels on 3, Corey Palmer on 4, Corey Smith on 5, and Lockie Baines on stand number 6. We have a green light, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have the shearers on the board? Still waiting for a couple of woolies to fly into the pens. I know they're working hard down there. I actually spooked them and said we needed 6 in both heats. And they said, oh my golly, well, we better go and have a count up. But of course, being the experts they are down on the pens, they're coming up with a magical number. Oh, Jimmy, is something wrong with the teeth on that sheep?
This is going to be a quick heat. We've got 3 open top 30 in this heat. We've got Corey Palmer from Southland. He just shore in the Southland Young Farmers team. He's a gun. Corey Smith, he's in the senior semis. And Lockie Baines, I just used his gear, and it is humming. He's got his grinding down pat. His combs are perfect.
I think he might make better use of them than what we saw you ever go up there.
I have no doubt of that.
We're only winding you up, fella. Good to see you up there having a crack. Okay, Jimmy's had one rejected. Let's hope we got a spare one, Jimmy.
He's just going to do 5, he reckons.
Oh. Better bring that one back up. There's no rejects. Better bring that one back up. There's no rejects. Uh-oh.
Don't worry, I had some sandy ones too, Jimmy.
So we get the all clear. We can get the nudge from the referee, please. Are we happy, Mr. Referee? All right, the thumbs are up. Timekeepers right. Judges, competitors, go. Well, Morgan, you had a bit of a crack up there, mate, in that last heat. You got a bit of a bead up. Enjoyable as it was, these other 6 guys might try to knock you out of your perch.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent up on stage there. I'm just a pretender beside these boys. We're going to see Jack Fagan later on today in the PGG Wrightson Circuit final of a Shearing Show Circuit final. He's done well. He's been at all the shows. He's been making those open finals. Jimmy Samuels, the Speed Shear legend. He's making a legend of himself. He knows how to shear these sheep quick and clean. Lockie Baines, look at that gear go. His handpiece is slicing through that wool like butter. It's a good even heat as they all come up the long blow. Aaron Haynes is coming down the last side of Jack Fagan together. They're under that shoulder and they're down. 55 seconds gone. This is going to be a quick heat for young farmers. A few of these boys probably spend more time on a handpiece than on the motorbike. But off they go. Corey Smith, the senior shearer, he's keeping up well and his quality points are good too. Clean, that sheep's coming out clean. Jimmy Samuels in the pen for sheep number 2. He's cruising along. Corey Palmer behind him, shearing blow for blow. And Lockie Baines down the end. He's got his second sheep on the board. He's just powering through them. But it's all Jack Fagan setting the early pace. He's up the neck on his second sheep. He knows how this is done. He says, follow me, boys. Hold on tight and follow me. Gerald.
Yeah, young Fagan. They know how to get round these sheep. It's a good little warm-up for him because he is going to hit that PGG thing very soon. So this is a good little wee chance just him to get the feel of the sheep this morning and just, limber up, shake those nerves off. He's banging those shots in there. Flicks a leg over, representing Waikato Bay of Plenty, the Bay of Plenty. Plenty of food up there all the way up the toenails. It's a nice clean one. By jolly Morgan, you'll be pleased you weren't in this heat here, mate. Well, it's heat come final, of course. And Mr. Samuels, Jimmy, big, strong fella. He just gets into that, doesn't he? Look at the weight he puts on that left hand. Just rolls that sheep over. Sort of dwarfs it. It looks like a Lambo sitting in there. And he goes. He's carrying the good luck charm with him round the neck as well. The Southland man, Corey Palmer, representing the Southland district. Pulls out a little beauty. Lies it down nice and flat. In he goes. Another man and a part of the... part of that open gang down in Southland. There's plenty of them, but that's where he's from. We got Corey Smith. He pulls out number 3 as well. They're just about got that baby tidied up for Fagan, who's hitting a lot of rhythm here onto the last shoulder. Hey, don't forget about the front stand, Aaron Haynes. Well, 2, there's a couple of 3. This is these boys are part of this tidal wave that are coming at these open ranks that are just rolling in. They've been through the grades. They've succeeded really well. They've went away. They've got themselves organised and they're ready to take on the Master Blasters, the ones that have been holding those podium spots for all those years. And Aaron Haynes is one of them. He's had a wee bit, you can see the colour here, ladies and gentlemen, that fleece. You'll just notice, see the bit of colour on the top there on Fadge number 1. That means it's a wee bit crusty, okay? It's a bit of a crustiness when you get that yellow, and it just means Aaron Haynes has to work really hard. It's a whole lot more difficult to push it off. You've got to really drive that handpiece into it. So out he goes now into the first, out the first hock and back in to the first hind leg. If you make a mistake on the commentary, he's been there and done that and moved on. He's on to the top hat now, Morgan.
A slip of a tongue and he's gone and done it. You look away, you check your Facebook and you'll miss a whole sheep with Aaron Haynes. Corey Palmer, the contractor from down south. Him and his brother Linton, who we saw up in the first heat, they contract together. They've got 4 gangs out at the moment. They work hard at night on the phone and in the shed. They work together. Corey's probably he's said to his brother, I'm going to beat you. You better set a good time because I'm going to set a quicker one. Here we go, Jimmy Samuels flowing up the neck now. He's got a beautiful flowing style. Look at that ribbon. That down tube just swings at his command. Nothing in the way. That sheep's asleep. Lockie Baines up the neck on his 4th sheep. Jack Fagan into the undermine for his 5th sheep. And here comes Aaron. 5th sheep on the board. 1 more on the pen, Gerald.
Yeah, Haynes, he's into the belly wall now. He's got one that's the very opposite of what I spoke about earlier. And you'll say, look, how do you know that, commentator man? Well, you can tell looking at it, see the wall's a little bit more open. There'll be no colour on that one. See how it's just flowing that little bit better. And Mr. Haynes is going to make good use of it as he pumps 2 big shots over the back of the head there. Oh, by jolly, we're going to start getting into it early this morning of the Golden Shears. It is the 3rd and final day, of course. Fagan up and over the shoulder. On the way home, we've got the camera people, we've got the TVs turning up. It's all starting to arrive here at Masterton now. We're down to the business end, and that's where we're at. Fagan has got his business hat on. That's the youngster Jack at the stage, cutting the track. And he goes, sheep number 6, the last and final one. Realising that this is going to be an instant prize giving, so it's like 2 little finals in one go. All right, let's shift our eyes back down to Jimmy Samuels representing the West Coast. This big, strong, strapping lad. Round he goes towards the long blow. Corey Palmer, another big, strong fellow. You've got to be a big, strong fellow to be shearing sheep anyway, or a female for that matter. You only get paid when you do the work. You've got to have a good work ethic. You've got to be strong physically and mentally. On the journey home goes Palmer. He's representing Southland really well, by jolly is. Corey Smith, ladies and gentlemen, let's get him behind some of these troops. He's toiling away down there. Onto the shoulder he dresses too. He's representing Tasman. Flicks the leg over. On the journey home he goes. But a sheep number 6 here in the final one. Bring them home, Morgan. Fagan with 2 or 3 shots to go.
Here he go, Fagan, coming down the last side. He's looking for that red button. Lockie Baines says, you're not putting a sheep around me. I've got number 6 on the board. But time taken for Fagan. It's a good low quality points too. Lockie Baines coming, whipping the 6th and final belly off. Corey Smith, our senior shearer in the field. He's into the undermine. He's making a man of himself here up with the open boys. What a chance. Jimmy Samuels, he's getting the job right. He's cleaning up the back of the head, dropping into the shoulder, just flowing along. This man, he shears like this all day. His sheep, every pen he shears is polished. They come out clean. He gets the job right. He always gets asked back for next year. The farmers request Jimmy Samuels by name. Corey Palmer, time taken, he hits the red button. And it's the man on 3, 5 and 6. Corey Smith, our senior shearer, up the long blow. But Jimmy Samuels, he's coming up to the last leg and he's hitting his button. Just under 8 minutes for 6 sheep. It's quick for the young farmers. This is a quicker heat. Lockie Baines coming down the last side. He's a blow or 2 ahead of Corey Smith. And they're going to finish pretty well together. Here comes Lockie Baines. Reach for that button, Lockie. You've got it. 8 minutes and 19 seconds. And clean shorn too. We didn't even get over 30 penalty points in this round.
Wait there, shearers. Wait there on board. Thank you, shearers, for competing in that YFC. Could we have the other 6 finalists up there on stage? Could the second heat just move along the board, stay in your stand positions, and we will have from 1 to 6 on from the front end here. Thank you, gentlemen. And we will have the instant prize giving. Great cheer from those young fellows in the Cooper's Magnum instant prize giving. Tim, where's Tim Horsburgh? He's been here before. Could we? He's right here. Tim, would you like to draw in our man Kieran on stage for this presentation? The man from Cooper's.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Young Farmers Blue Ribbon Shearing Championship, and we have an instant prize giving for that event. Presenting the awards is Tim Horsburgh from Cooper's, who sponsored this event, and I'll invite him to say a few words while we tally up the results.
Yeah, thanks, Kieran. Look, Coopers are very proud to be involved in this event. We know the young farmers are absolutely crucial to us. Great to see two shear-offs today. What do you call it? Events for the blue ribbon. Yeah, look, and it's anyone's call. Too hard, too close to call. Yeah, really proud to be here. Thanks, Angelina, for your help today. Thanks.
Now, with two heats, we are having quite a few points to tally up there. So in the meantime, just as I say that, could you send that through again, please? That was just a bit blurred. Technology, I've got my phone up here, trying to hide it from the camera so no one thinks I'm texting. Here we go. We've got the results. The winner of the Cooper's YFC Blue Ribbon Shearing Championship will receive $350 plus the Joe Sabre Cup, with 32.4 points, with second place getting 33. First place, Aaron Haynes. Congratulations, Aaron. This is not an easy thing to win.
No, I've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now, and a good friend of mine's got his name on here a few times. But no, it's good to have it. Thanks so much to Cooper's, sponsors and that. Great job. Committee, Golden Shears, presentation of the sheep and that. It's marvellous, and everyone else, best luck. Cheers.
Good on you, Aaron. Second place will receive $200. Ethan Pank. Third place, $150. Corey Palmer. Fourth place, $130. Jack Fagan. Fifth place, $120. Lockie Bain. And And our sixth and final award, $110. Put your hands together, Jimmy Samuels. Well done to all our competitors there. Thank you very much. I'd now like to call the teams from the Coopers YFC Shearing and Woolhandling teams events onto the board, please. Those teams that competed in the YFC Shearing and Woolhandling teams event, please come up. The winning team of the Coopers Magnum Young Farmers Shearing and Woolhandling teams event will receive $400 and the Lister Trophy. The winning team had 277 points. The second team had 294. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Tasman. Now, I know everybody's running away, so you're the closest and actually the cleanest, so I'll speak to you. Congratulations, this must be quite satisfying working as a team and coming up on top.
Absolutely, I think this is the third year we've done this and we've finally cracked it, so that's pretty exciting. Thanks to the farmer for the sheep, our sponsors, and everyone else, good luck.
Good on you, well done. Second place team will receive $240, and that goes to Southland. And please congratulate Manawatu, who take away $200. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this presentation for this part of the day. We now have some brief entertainment for you. I'll pass you back to Tuma Mullins, who will introduce these acts. Thank you.